Hello and welcome to the finals of the Summer Invitational FAF tournament. It's between Turbo2 and Yudi. It's a best of 5. You can watch the whole thing on the FAF Live Twitch channel, but I've cut out some of the games and added some of the Twitch chat on here for convenience if you want to catch it in this format.
Well, so wait a second. Turbo banned Aeon, picked Aeon, banned UEF. Yudi picked Aeon, then UEF banned Aeon. So Yudi got his second pick, Turbo got his first pick, and it's a UEF mirror match.
UEF mirror match between our pink boy lover on the right. That's it. Sorry, that came out slightly wrong. That's not the intended.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you were going with that.
He does love boys, but he likes making ras boys, not And on the left, we've got Turbo2. He's playing in a lovely orange UEF here. Both very chunky Chad boys today in that UEF ACU. Our map, as you can see, is a very large 17.5 by 17.5. There's really not a lot of reclaim. At least it doesn't look like it, but my little counter is slightly bugged here, but says there's 34,000 reclaim on the map. I don't see 34,000 when I zoom in.
It's all tons of little rocks.
It's tiny rocks that don't actually show up. So
because it's a huge map. Well, they do. 10 mass rocks don't show up for you.
The 10 ones do, but there's a lot of very tiny ones that don't show when you zoom out for me.
I'm pretty sure the counter only shows rocks that show up on your UI, like the 10 mass rocks. The small rocks and the mass in the trees is not counted towards the mass. So the total reclaim total is higher than 37k. Also, Yudi is saying his UI is fucked, but he isn't pausing to try and fix it.
Okay.
So if he doesn't do that, then I don't know what to say.
Then either it's not that fucked, or he's such a Chad, he doesn't need a good UI in order to crush. So we'll see how that works out for him.
So this map, I was kind of hoping, because with this type of terrain, like the evergreen trees type, there is a very rare time when sometimes the map generates a map like this with like 200,000 reclaim.
Oh yeah, I've seen one of those. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like so much reclaim that it's like the ditch, but map gen.
Exactly, and that would be kind of funny. I like how Yudi goes for triple lap on a map like this. I like double lap maybe, but triple, I don't know. We will see. But there are actually connections, like on the top and bottom.
Yeah, you have to go through a lot of these choke points though to get there. You got to go over this one, through here, and then you got to get through this little choke point, this one. And then over this hill, and then through a couple more gaps until you get into the base, past this volcano.
Honestly, I'm happy those exist to begin with. Imagine if they didn't.
Yeah, if it was completely locked off, it would be like... well, what's that old StarCraft map where you're literally on 2 islands that aren't even connecting, and everyone just rushed air, and it was kind of... I don't remember, that's like original StarCraft.
I don't remember that at
all.
all.
That was a thing. We've got a early drop for Turbo, and it's immediately scouted by Yudi's Inti. Yudi's scout, sorry. Yudi has his own drop, but he's going for the right close with this 4max expansion.
Yes, it is a very large map. They are all the way in the corners, so it is almost impossible to deny fast transports being rushed out. You also don't know if they go to the top or bottom, top left or bottom right with the transports.
True.
So that also makes it harder.
And
so it's actually a pretty decent rush map in a way that it's not very RNG heavy, where it's almost impossible to reliably shoot down your enemy transport, so you don't really do it. So it just means it's an relatively easy expansion phase at the start for both of them.
Yeah, factory first for
Turbo.
Turbo.
Is slightly earlier, yeah.
And picking up this very safe 4max expansion in the corner. I'm pretty sure you can't walk up to that. I know there's like these weird little bits of terrain. Sometimes it gets balked, but I think this time definitely you can't get up there.
The funny thing is, this map is probably less tersely than you imagine at first glance, even though there's so many choke points. Basically, almost the entire middle of the map is completely unusable. But all the corners have so many big pockets of maxes that you do fight over them.
And it looks like Turbo's going to actually get his 2 labs of his own out from that factory he forward built there in time to counter Yudi's ones that he rushed at the start. So rushing those did not work out for him. Cotton.
Yudi will be able to kill the transport of Turbo, although Turbo will be able to save his engineer on it. But Yudi does lose 2 inties. Maybe he can save the last one. It's slightly annoying, but Turbo can easily make a new. He already had his new transport being made, so it's not the biggest of losses.
Is Turbo going to see this engineer?
Turbo is scouted.
Is he going to see the engineer? It is. Yeah, he locks it.
Nope.
So this engineer going to this 4max expansion here looks like it's going to get picked up.
But Yudi also picks up an engineer from Turbo on the left side with one of his labs.
Yeah. It's over here. A nice kill there. So fair bit of raiding counterplay at the moment.
So the labs actually got something done from Yudi.
This lab at the top might actually work out to be the best one because it's going to arrive before the engineers.
By the way, it's a UEF lab. It's the cheapest lab to make. He made him early on. It's minute 6. He has now arrived there. 3 engineers. Yudi has to pay attention. As a PD, he's not paying attention. He's lost.
No.
Yeah. That's an issue on maps like this, is because, I mean, it is quite a macro focus map, and it's so big, so everything is so far away. So very often, it's like, do I pay attention to micro this one lab to kill some few extra engineers if I could have just used that time to eco
to stop your mass bar getting full, which is what kind of both players are doing right now. Although Turbo seems to be having E issues.
Yeah, both of them have. Well, Yudi doesn't have it quite as bad, but he has very little E overflow. Turbo is 4 pigeons behind, but he is making a lot of them do on.
This is a sensible build up here. Turbo going for a PD first before his factories at this expansion at the top. So he's going to hold on to those 4mexes, whilst Yudi hasn't been able to get to his own 4mex expansion. It's a mirror here, if you want to see them like that. And the players have very nicely divided themselves along the political agenda lines of left versus right, which is quite handy for us, so it's not kind of like all wiggly.
Yeah, it's true.
Yudi just Turbo just picking up his 4mex expansion in front of his base. Remember that Yudi actually dropped that first. That was his first location.
Yeah, it's true. That is actually quite late from Turbo, and that's probably one of the reasons why Yudi had quite some more generated mass for a bit as well. That is
yeah, 4mexes for like 6 minutes. Or however many it was, like 4 minutes, I think. 4mexes, 4 minutes. It's quite a lot of mass. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, Yudi dropped his had his transport like half a minute later, but he dropped more efficiently. Also, where Turbo dropped first, he rushed the factory instead of the mexes. Although it is important to note that Yudi will not be able to secure his 4 mexes on the left of his base. Well, Turbo will be securing those with the PD and the factories he has there.
Yudi going for a drop on the 4mexes at the bottom, which are untaken, but it's pretty contested. There's a lot of tanks from both sides there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Yudi is able to contest that. Also, this is one of those moments, is the map is so big, so usually you just make quite some spam just to, because there's a big chance you will get random damage in anyway. Although there's also an option to just completely forego spam and just rush tech to air and have some gunships protect the sides against a push. Like, a single tech to PD hard counters any push. So I don't, like, they are making, well, not a lot of spam, but if I check the tech 1 factories from Turbo, it's 13 at the moment. Well, from Yudi, it's also 13 actually, although Yudi is more in his main base. But it is not that big of a mass income map. Like, they're still below 100 mass income, even though.
Yeah, very even on income right now.
9, but
How are they doing tech-wise? Let's have a look in the bases. Yudi is on T2 Air. Sorry, if you're just watching, Yudi is Chisato, by the way. They changed their names. Quite a lot of people call them by their old established names rather than their in-game names, generally in the FAF community. But if you are watching and you haven't seen it before, this is Chisato is pink. That's who are you calling Yudi. Turbo.
You know, everyone calls Turbo Turb02.
Turb02. He has just started his T3 Air upgrade in his base, and he's building his second T2 Air factory.
Yeah, it's a bit of a misposition on the air factory for future air grid, but I mean, it's whatever, I guess. Actually, no,
It's okay because he can stack.
It's back to pigeons are a bit awkward,
Yeah.
but his.
He can still stack his T3 here. It's not the end of the world.
But yeah, he can. It's just that. I'm just nitpicking at this point.
Yeah, because he'll
like,
go.
You could have optimized.
He can put his next one. Yeah, it's okay.
What's really important is what I don't see them do enough yet. Probably, I mean, it's hard to do, but there's a lot of reclaim out on the map. Like it's spread out, so it's hard to get. Like Yudi only has 4.5k mass reclaimed, Turbo has 3k, but there's still 35k mass.
Yeah, that's 3k more than there was when the game started. So.
Yeah, to dead units. But like the trees and the rocks, it's hard to get all of them. But if you get them, it's super efficient, of course.
There is a civilian massacre there. Yudi overrunning Turbo's base, killing all the engineers as they were trying to put together some radars.
Yeah, Turbo tried to go for a bit of a forward proxy, but what is important is that Yudi is going both T3 air and T3 land at the same time, but is kind of mass stalling while doing it, although it's fluctuating because of reclaim. Turbo isn't stalling as badly, but he doesn't have an HQ of the land type, I think. He's just on Tech 1 land, unless I can't find his HQ.
T3 air timings are going to be quite similar, but Turbo is ahead. He's just finished his T3 engineer. Yudi is perhaps 20 seconds away from getting his starting his T3 engineer, so slight advantage. There's an air fight that's going to start down here. I'll just zoom the map in, but that looks like it's going to go Turbo's way. He just has a few more inties and cleans up. So air situation at the moment looking good for Turbo. And with that early air advantage, well, he should be assisting with all of his build power here.
Yeah, it's like if he's gonna be aggressive, the small air win can be useful. Not necessarily because the intis will help much, unless it's like a 2 ASF per player scenario where they actually are useful, but mostly because they deny Yudi vision as well.
Yeah, Yudi finished his T3 air factory, but it's been idle since he finished it. At the same time, Turbo is all of his build power apart from his T3 engines is idle, and his factory is idle as well.
Well, he can't rush it harder because he doesn't have the power. He's already minus 200 E per second, and he doesn't have an E storage. So it is because both of them did the usual two Tech 1 pigeon spam into 2 pigeons into Tech 3 air. But you have tons of other things on the map as well that you have to pay for, and that costs more E as well. For example, okay, the first Titans are out from Yudi. He's starting. He has 1 Tech 2 transport. I assume he will make like 4 more, just to drop Titans all over the place. And like he still hasn't gotten his T2 pigeon queued up.
Can you pick up the? You can't pick up the Titans with the gunship, right? No, it's only T1 and T2.
The gunship's only.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I was going to say that might be a surprise if it suddenly drops those Titans on you. Turbo's got a really nice little middle Tech 2 radar, which I quite like in the middle. But the thing is, the map is so big that it doesn't give him a huge amount.
No, it doesn't really. Okay, Turbo finally finished his first pigeon, instantly starts working on the second, which I think he should. Because he can barely assist making ASF with a tiny bit of assistance. He's still E-stalling. He kind of needs to pause his engineers. He should really stop E-stalling because that's costing him a lot of mass. Yudi is now stalling 1500 E per second, trying to make his first T2 pigeon.
Both players stalling.
Like this is probably a moment when you want either 3 pigeons before your T3 pigeon, but like Yudi did make E storages. The issue was he made them too late. If he made them before the pigeon, it would have done wonders for him. But he was overflowing power while not having E storages. Then he started the pigeon, stalled, and then made the E storages, which is just the wrong order.
The ASF
so
are
they
out.
Yeah, so they're both kinda misjudging the amount of E needed because it is a T3 rush map because of the skill of the map, but because of all the extra things you have as well, you need more power than you usually have for a T3 rush.
So you want to direct your vision to the bottom left-hand corner of the map. We're going to get the first Titan rush, and Turbo is about to realize that his opponent has gone T3 land.
Yeah, Turbo is also T3 land now, by the way. It's on the middle top part. It's very far at the front for him.
So his expansion up here, yeah, I can see it. He's just about to finish. Okay, yeah.
So now comes the moment when they both reach Tech 3 Tech. They will both start raiding a lot of the enemy's expansions because the Tech 1 maxes are still valuable enough to raid. And just denying map vision and map control of your opponent is still valuable as well. It increases future potential for raiding. And if both of them eventually kind of stabilize, because the longer the game goes on, the less important these outlying maxes are. Because if you are Tech 2 maxing and then capping your Tech 2 max in your main base, eventually the Tech 1 maxes on the edge are starting to matter less and less. So, but for now it's relatively stable. Yudi is faster with the Titans, so he's doing a bit of earlier damage with it. However, Turbo is more ahead on income. Turbo actually has 19 Tech 2 maxes compared to Yudi's 15. So Turbo is slightly ahead on the Tech 2 max gun.
I really like the Yudi basically made a few Stinger gunships, and he kind of rallied them into different places on the map, and he's picked off a few random mixes with them, which is kind of like a bit of an APM sync for Turbo.
If only this was FAF beta, where that is improved. Unless you ask FTX. Anyway, Yudi has 20 Titans on the map, and Turbo has 5 now. But ASF-wise, 8 for Turbo, 6 for Yudi. I feel like Turbo has 3 air factories right now, while Yudi... just now he's making his turret. I don't necessarily dislike Yudi making his land HQ in his main base. It's a lot safer, but it also means that the Titans take a long time before they start to have an impact in the game.
Yeah, Turbo is going for he's going for a T3 support factory at the bottom to support this. Wait, how did those Titans get off of the top? Did they walk down? They did. You can walk onto those corners.
Oh my god, you can walk there!
Every time the map, I was like, I'm pretty sure, and I even went and checked, and then nope, I got absolutely trolled by the map gen. You can just walk into the corners. Oh, he's done a Hannibal. Let's go.
Look at this Tech 2 radar of Turbo on Yudi's side of the map, by the way. It's right next to a gunship. Just chilling there.
He spotted it.
Did he know?
No, the radar was like, notice me, senpai, but then it did get noticed and it got killed. Very sad.
I think Yudi's talking about the Titans that got off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That is actually a pretty decent deal because, I mean, it's 3 Titans that would have been trapped there.
I mean, yeah, Turbo hasn't noticed because he's dropping in the corner. When
I think Yudi is now pushing on the left. The thing is, he has 9 Titans and there's an additional 10 Titans coming to reinforce. Turbo only has 1 Titan there. I think, well, he does have 2 Tech 2 PDs, which is...
He's got PDs here. I think he can weather that.
I don't like that he's PD creeping. I think he should just make a shield on the PD and consolidate that position. Maybe make some walls. He already made... Actually, there's like a flank that Yudi could have done and Turbo already blocked it off with walls. To make it harder.
So another interesting. So we've got a TML base here for Turbo. He's kind of sneakily built a TML, but he's going for the factory down here for Yudi. But Yudi has got a shield protecting his own Omni and a TMD already, so that's going to be nullified.
Oh, that's an early Omni. That's a very nice Omni. It doesn't quite see the left side of the map though.
It still picks up. He gets a huge amount of vision for that, and he saw the TML as well, which is why he's put the shield. So
and there's a TMD as well. Yeah,
very smart play from Yudi, I would say.
I really want Yudi is being more aggressive with air now. I think Turbo should have some more chances for that. Turbo is prepping an Omni in the middle of the map, by the way, which is perfect.
Yeah, I love the Omni mid. It's even better.
Yeah, it is even better.
He can use it to bait some air as well if he's smart.
Turbo kinda needs to be careful on the left for those to not let those Titans through. Like, I mean, for now they're raiding some Tech Max's factories, but there's so much less Titans there. Like, I think he needs air to support it. There's no AA with those Titans. There's a big air advance from Yudi and a big push on where the HQ from Turbo is. That's a very important air fight.
I think the concave from Turbo is just absolutely crushing. I'm looking at the land rather than the air, but I think Turbo walks away with the win on both the land and the air.
Yeah,
here.
this has been a huge blunder from Yudi. That's such a massive station. He lost air, and the land battle there was just too much spam, and that's 7k mass, 10k mass for reclaim for Turbo. I think Yudi should have committed on the left part where Turbo had very few units compared to Yudi. I think Yudi pushed on the wrong side.
And Yudi retreated where he had the advantage here as well. On the left side.
Yeah,
and he pushed into
Yudi
the concave.
pushed on a location with 4 Tech 3 factories. Well, the other location only has 1 at the moment.
He doesn't really have much intel on the left side, though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying with the Omni. Like, that's why that is the location where he wants to push, but it was harder to push because of that. So yeah, that runs quite poorly for Yudi. It's not the end of the world, but
meanwhile,
he's definitely not happy about that.
Look at this amazing. Look at the amazing Omni in mid now for Turbo. That's a really
Yudi's gonna
nice
try to drop it, I think. Well, he's tech to transports with okay, there's another TML there from Turbo. I like the sneaky team. No, the drop from Yudi is retarded. Oh no! Like next to all the.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah, he had it queued up on the plateau, but it didn't drop on the plateau because it's an idiot.
It was trying to go right over that mountain.
Also, just so you know, for some reason my paint tool is bugged again, where it doesn't like paint the dots fast. So if you hold it for a minute, maybe it paints like 30 dots.
Oh, mine does that sometimes. It's just really slow for no reason. Yudi does look like he's overrunning the left.
The left. Yes. But it is important. From where Yudi is overrunning the left, he can send some of those Titans to the Omni in mid. He can actually pass through the mountain there. I'm 100% sure about that.
Oh, you mean here? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And Turbo is prepping like a lot of PDs for the Omni, funnily enough. So there is not that much aggressive air yet from Turbo, although there's a triple Titan drop going to the right from Yudi.
Yeah, that could crush if he lands it. If he lands it on the Omni, that would be disgusting. I love it.
But is Yudi power stunning? No, I'm surprised he didn't see it. He sent the Titans away at the worst possible time. I don't think. I mean, he will kill the Omni. Aside from that, it will be a slight machination. I don't think this is like the best use of those Titan drops from Turbo, to be honest. He really needs to kill the Omni. If he doesn't kill it, this was so not worth it. There we go.
He got it.
But Yudi won the left side, won a big battle there. And if Yudi gets the reclaim, he can kind of even out the damage that his mass donation that happened early at the top.
The air advantage, though, is going to be used to shut down this Titan push, I think, with these gunships.
it is 30 versus 6 ASF. There's one mistake from Turbo. He's continuously scaling his air grid, more power, but I think he doesn't really have the mass for it. He's still only on 200 income, and he's building land as well. I think he's scaling his air grids too much.
Would it be worth him making a strat at this point? Or is that a bad idea? No.
He has to make T3 gunships. Or, in this case, Stingers are not great, but if there's literally no flag from Yudi, you might as well make them. It's still fine, both sides here. But the issue with the strat is not good against Titan spam at all. So it's not really useful for stopping pushes. You can try to micro to kill some maxes, but if your one strat gets sniped, then you miss out on so much damage. And gunships are just less of an APM drain, which is what a big cap is in this game. Plus, they're more versatile.
So there are Percivals on the top for Yudi. There is an additional TML in the middle for Turbo. That's what he's added under his shield.
There's some very aggressive transports drops from Turbo. Yudi is gonna shoot on one of them. There's 3 Titans that are...
No.
That's a kind of a master nation. Yudi did knock down 2 Titans earlier. He's gonna kill like 3 maxes, maybe 4, but he does donate 3 Titans. Turbo there. There's ASF all over the place. Yudi is trying to snipe everything. He also dropped finally the TML that Turbo used to...
The old one up here.
I guess TML Tech 1 factories.
This TML is still up. It's only got 600 mass killed, and he's spent more than that in... he spent a lot more than that in just mass building the missiles, so...
Right now it's 40 Titans for Turbo, and 60 Titans plus 5 Percies for Yudi. So Yudi has a pretty decent mass unit advantage on land, while Turbo does have massive air control. And now the Stingers on the left are gonna kill...
yeah, they're kind of overwhelming, and there's no... Yudi is reclaiming his factories down the bottom. He's gonna give up the bottom part of the map, I think. He's got a Tech 2 factory producing nothing but flax, and a T3 factory producing only Titans, so he is going to change his unit mix, but he's lost so many. Oh, look at this group of gunships. They're all stacked on each other. They were eating flax.
Yeah, that looked very scary for a bit. What is important, especially with these gunships, is that now Turbo can secure the reclaim fields of where Yudi killed the T3 sports factory.
There's a lot of reclaim.
20k reclaim there. There's 60k reclaim on the map, by the way.
Economic development in their bases. Are we up? Do we have a T3 mix yet? It doesn't look like it.
No, we won't see those for a long time, because first they need to cap the maxes. Plus, there's still tons of Tech 1 maxes to upgrade.
Map control wise, things looking pretty good for Turbo. He's held on to it. It's still fairly even. They've kind of held on. Yudi managed to hold on to his corner. Although he lost it, he managed to rebuild it. Whereas Turbo never managed to retake it.
Turbo is cleaning up some Titans in the middle. I think he should redirect all his gunships to the top right of the map to... because Yudi has no AA there. He is moving up T3 engineers, so he can SAM creep. However, he doesn't have AA there yet. But I also would like Turbo to just focus more on Tech 3 gunships. Like, even though some Stingers are nice to have, to just raid everywhere, and technically Stinger DPS, like Stingers have more DPS per mass than Broadswords have, but they are so weak against flak. Like this bottom army, there's now like 3 or 4 flags from Yudi. You can't engage there anymore with your Stinger, which is a big issue. If there were Broadswords, like 3 Broadswords instead of like those 20 Stingers.
Yudi's about to take a terrible engage on the top.
Again, there's so many nice shields though, and it's so close to the production from Turbo. I don't really see this. I'm very surprised Turbo is sending his gunships not to defend against that, but to go for the one place on the map where there's a SAM from Yudi.
Yeah.
That is the only SAM on the map from Yudi aside from his main base.
Must kill the SAM. We cannot allow this to be... We can't allow him to make a SAM. It's illegal. We must focus everything on it. He actually didn't lose any gunships from that, right?
He's gonna kill the Omni again.
No! There's no flak in the base.
There's only one, but this concave at the top, there's another mass donation from Yudi, which is... Again, he pushed on the wrong side of the map, because the bottom left, he has such a big advantage, and he has flak there now as well.
Yeah, I think it's because he just has no scouting information of that left-hand area. I don't know if he thinks it's like super well enforced, like the top. He's just not pushing there. He can overwhelm this. He has so many numbers with those Titans. The TML, it's picking off Tech 1 mexes, so not the best value, but...
Yeah, the thing is, it's still, like, if Yudi doesn't notice, it's still nice value. The thing is, it's extra APM, where you're, like, killing a Tech 1 max when there's so many more important things. For example, this reclaim field where Yudi's Titans on the left are advancing now, Turbo could have reclaimed that minutes ago, and that's 10k mass. That's more impactful than killing a T1 max, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
APM to mass-wise, it seems like a better deal.
Yes, exactly. Like, you have to make decisions at this point, and of course, if you have the time to just annoy your opponents by continuously killing maxes and factories, so your opponent has to rebuild them as well, which costs time. But, you know. So now the stingers from Turbo are kind of dying because there's a few flags.
Yeah, but they have so much mass killed on them, though. They've all got like 800.
They did buy a lot of time, yeah. They were definitely worth it, but the question is whether broadswords wouldn't have been a better choice, because he's still mass building ASF Turbo, that is. He's now on 100 ASF compared to 60 from Yudi, so he has a lot of leeway. But still.
There was a moment then when Uni's entire left army was crammed into an area significantly smaller than the average strat area of effect bomb.
Did he shift?
Yeah, he shifted everything into a tiny little circle like this.
Yeah.
Big air engage
like
at the bottom.
Ooh, it is. Ooh, that's not good. Yudi notices that he has less, so he retreats in all directions, but...
he lost so many then, even with the retreat, even with the fast retreat.
He lost half of his ASF there.
Turbo does a 4-way split to chase. Yudi still with a 2-way split. He's going to come back in. No, Yudi.
It's quite a big mistake. He does kill some. Okay, he kills the transport at least, and then he tries to get out. The thing is, once you get like the 2 actual good competent air players, like of course that air fighting air there is not what Yudi wanted, but like splitting ASF in all different directions, you actually get it's extremely hard to actually pull off.
Yudi did actually manage to get a good drop in the middle during that air fight, but I think he's gonna...
No, he's walking the Perseus into PD range! He's gonna lose 1.
This is the Chad UEF play. You see it in 400 rated games, but also in 2400 rated finals is the very long line of Tech 1 PD. Nobody ever expects it.
But the Omni is gonna go down!
No!
Oh, that good engineer! What? What? Now the PD? Come on, Percy. Oh, he's ground fired on the Omni, but Percy's don't have AoE.
What is he?
And the airplane crashed on the Omni, it almost killed him.
No.
Okay, now it finally dies. That was... Imagine that actually not killing the Omni, that would have been really sad.
Turbo's about to take a terrible engage if he's not careful here on the left. He almost kind of moved in a long line into that blob. That would have been devastating.
Like honestly, he need. Oh, look at Turbo's main base. Look at what he's going for. Look at this air.
Okay, so he's doing a massive switch into strat bombers. I don't know if this is a YOLO or if he's going to use it to kill off the armies. He does have so much air control that he can afford it. He's winning on the top. Yudi is managing to do quite a bit of damage. He managed to take 4 T2 mixes with a single Percy here, which is quite nice at the top.
Let's see, the stop fight, yeah, he's definitely winning that, and he's gonna get even more reclaim there. The bottom left kinda looks dicey. Yudi is getting a way better engagement here, so they're kinda trading blows. The issue is, I'm not sure if I actually like the strats. He can be aggressive with it, but I would have way rather liked him making like 10 broadswords instead, because a single strat, it takes 1 minute and 40 seconds to make. A broadsword is 50 seconds. So he would have had, how many is he making? He would have had 9 broadswords out by now, which could completely clean up this Yudi rate at the bottom. And the thing is, he got a massive reclaim field on the right where he just won. He's already ahead on air. If he stops this push on the left and takes back control of the leftist strats, the issue is it's very all in. What are you gonna use strats? You're not gonna use it to snipe Titan spam. You're gonna use it to try and snipe the air grid of Yudi. But if they get denied, then what are you gonna do against its Titan push? It's extremely risky. And I don't really like that because I don't think it's necessary for his position. He's in a great position in the game, aside from this rate of Yudi on the left. But some simple broadswords can deal with that. And now he's PDing up his main base.
I think he's going to pick off at least half these units, but he's lost so many mexes here. He's lost 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 T2 mexes there. He's trying to rally in his ASF so he can buy space for the strats, I think, here.
So Turbo's new Omni is online. He is he's stalling so much mass now.
The top TML is picking off units.
He has to do a massive air fight right now. He needs to go in and force an air fight. He still has more air. He has intel on it. And then try to snipe the entire grid and hope the power stalls.
Yudi is moving his ACU away from his air grid. He has a SAM in the base. Oh, he gets ASF gets caught napping there. Here come the strats.
Yudi doesn't know about the strats yet. He still doesn't know about them.
He does. One just flew over a T3 air, so a T3.
Yudi has 3 SAMs in his main base, but he will lose his entire air grid and he will stall brutally, and that might honestly be the game. So it will work. He's going for an ACU snipe. Why, Turbo? I mean, it might work, but that's playing with fire.
What a risky play.
Like with good dodging, you can survive all the damage there. If Yudi dodged there for a bit, he has 4 SAMs. The SAMs auto target the strats. If he didn't kill the ACU, he loses. But the thing is, if he ground fired the P-gens, he could have killed every single bit of E, and it also would have been an auto win. Because Yudi would be stuck on the 100 E income, and, well, he has Titans. Without shields, they are 25% less HP. Wow. That was certainly a first game.
That was a good game. It could have gone either way there, really, I think.
It was.
That was a good game. So, Turbo is going to take our first game there. Okay, both players are ready. Somebody start the game, for the love of God. Please.
$14?
Age of Empires.
I knew it was Age of Empires.
11. Oh, let's go. Okay, welcome back to the second game in our series. This is the final of the Summer Invitational. We have Turbo 2. He's playing in the orange UEF com on the top half of the Bermuda Locket. And he's going to be squaring off against Yudi in his customary pink. He's playing in Seraphim today. Both players going first land. This is a relatively large map. It's always Navy orientated. There's a lot of hover and Navy. A lot of reclaim for both players. As you can see, the total reclaim on the map is 67k today for this match. So
only today.
Only today. Well, it depends what version of the map you're playing. It could be a lot of people like to play. A lot of the games that people I end up casting play on high reclaim and all sorts of stuff. So not as invalid as you might initially think.
You can't play this map on high reclaim, but sure.
Oh, you can. I've seen it. Not very well.
Oh, I guess there's some adjusted map versions. So anyway, the map is Bermuda Locket. There's a lot of reclaim, so there's usually some very specialized BOs of not making maxes at the start, grabbing lots of reclaim. So to just kill your power and build power early on. There are a few very specific builds. Usually it's custom to transport rush from Yudi's position to the top right to get the right side, and Turbo does the same to the left to get a roughly even map split, where you divide the mechs within the reclaim, and then you just usually there's tech 2 rushes, and then all hell breaks loose. However, there's some aside from the usual tiny adjustments, like going for some early bomber or some inti to try and snipe the transport, or maybe some labs. There's one other way you can play this, which is the text way. Probably all the people did it before text, but text is the one that used it the most recently, so I'm just using him. Which is, you don't rush a transport, you just stay in your base for for the first 5 minutes. You don't really do that, but you scale massively with infinite build power and power spam with all the reclaim, and then you just later drop your side, and you just have way better development in the base. But it is extremely risky, because if you run out of reclaim in your base and you don't have your expansion, then you can just master into oblivion. If your opponent denies you getting enough reclaim for too long. But it seems like neither players are doing that. Turbo is already building his transport at 40%. Yudi's
making a bomber.
Yudi went for triple inti or double inti into bomber. No, triple inti into bomber into a transport.
And his bomber got immediately scouted. Oh no, it didn't. He's still on an inti. Close.
Yeah, but the intis are gonna fight it out. Where Turbo's transport, Turbo's transport was very slow because one engineer had very bad pathfinding. But Turbo will be able to drop. But Yudi will have the bomber ready. But Turbo will know about the bomber.
So he knows what way to send the bomber to pick off the. Yeah,
Yudi really has to build the transport now, though. He is stalling quite badly. He's 4-5. He didn't build that many PGens compared to Turbo. Turbo got the transport out and he has more power. So I think Yudi screwed up his Biowa quite a bit. The thing is, what you want to do on the left, as you can see, Turbo, he didn't. One engineer almost died to intis.
Yeah.
You kind of want to drop 2 intis or 3 intis where Turbo dropped, and then the other one the bottom over here. Oh, now my paint tool works a bit better. So you can kind of set up factories in both locations. So,
I don't see the scoreboard thing as of. I don't see your scoreboard sizing in the options menu in the interface. You will have to tell me exactly where it is, because I don't see it. Otherwise, I would scale it up as you wish.
So, I think Yudi stopped this bomber, or the bomber got shot down. I didn't really look at it. Yudi is gonna contest the left side. He's gonna drop a foot. Hey, this is very nice timing, but my foot is here, so we're back. 2 minutes.
It's a very important tactical and strategic pause there for Farms, who's going off to get some snacks. Poor Turbo looks like his airbase is getting camped here. He's not working on another inti, it's actually another transport, and there's already enemy intis over his base, so that is a horrible position to be in from his perspective. He does have an early advantage on this left side. He already has labs kind of picking out. It's been difficult for Yudi to be able to get established here when there's already, his transport seems a little bit indecisive. It'd be difficult for him to get established when there's already labs. Does Turbo see this? Yes, he does. So, going to have to be a PD, and then obviously he will have to make artilleries to counter it, which he's already doing. So, these labs not able to do much there. On the right-hand side of the map, Yudi's making great progress, actually. He's managed to get 6 additional mexes just by walking his comm forwards. We'll see if Turbo intends to expand this way and how he intends to do it. That transport just finishing now. And now he's working on intis. It looks like it will actually end up being contested. The artillery is getting shut down by a tank, unless they get a lucky pick off here.
I'm back. Whew.
So Yudi managed to get a nice drop on the left-hand side, which Turbo is trying to contest. And on the right-hand side, Yudi has been able to kind of just expand with his ACU fairly easily here. And he's managed to take the whole right-hand side of the map, really, almost, without any contest from Turbo. So that's very nice for Yudi.
Yeah, it seems to be a very unconventional game for now. Usually you get the 50-50 map split, but Yudi decided to be very aggressive with his transport. Before I left, I felt like it wasn't gonna work because Turbo rushed 2 laps, but I guess they didn't kill the engineers that dropped.
Well, they tried to, but they built a Tech 1 PD incredibly quickly. There was like 7-8 engineers. They just spammed up before they could really get there.
Let's see. Top right, Turbo is trying to counter drop, but Yudi is slightly faster, and there's already 2 facts online. So that's not gonna work. This is quite bad for Turbo. Also, Yudi's ACU is there. Usually you expand with your ACU like how Turbo is moving, but Yudi is also going towards that side because he dropped to the left.
Yeah, Yudi must be mass stalling because he got crushed in that PD building race. And he would not have done because he has more build power.
Wow, actually, yeah. No, he's... Okay,
He stalled mass and got crushed because of it. That's really sad for Yudi.
He was stalling like 70 mass per second for a bit. So that's actually really bad. And because of that, he's gonna lose the left side as well because of the mass stall. Like the thing is, you have so much reclaim on the map, but if you are not microing your reclaim engineers well enough and get the reclaim at a nice time, it's really bad. Like you instantly start to mass stall because you spend way more. He shouldn't lose against this PD because he can just build the RTs. Okay, that factory is body blocking. That's gonna be so close, that RT.
Oh!
He's trying to micro it, but...
He sniped it between the 2 factories with the PD.
Dude, this is such a close fight, but it shouldn't be this close of a fight. Oh, the next Phobo. The thing is, when you try to micro Phobo, it gets like stuck in the factory, but then again the factory will body block it. So Yudi will barely survive his factory on the right side.
That was so close.
However, on the left, Yudi's proxy is completely dead, and this is terrible for Yudi. Like,
his ACUs can't deal with that either, so he's going to have to start spamming PD. But there's already like 10 RTs here, so PD's not really going to help him that much. Turbo's already got an advantage in Navy.
There are 10 RTs, but they aren't in the front assault group, so he will buy quite a bit of time there. Turbo is on his way to Tech 2 Air. He is almost finished. Plus, he is ahead on Navy.
Almost at T2
Yudi is just now starting his air. But the total income is I guess slightly ahead from Yudi actually. But there will be a Tech 2 region from Turbo being rushed very shortly.
For all the people asking for betting in the chat, we can't help. We don't actually have the controls for it.
I mean, I am moderator, so I have permission, but I live in the Netherlands, and my country doesn't allow me to gamble precious Twitch points. Unironically.
Well, I live in the UK, so I would need a license for that. I don't think I actually need a license for it. I just don't have moderator permissions. How much damage will this run by do here?
It will be a Yudi rush to PD. He's actually rushing a second PD, which is a bit overkill, but that's actually an upgrading max. You can lose that to this 20 HP tank. No! Yeah, Turbo right clicks it. It's not gonna work. But look at this nice drop on the bottom left of the map.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be annoying.
That's gonna be really annoying.
Like, Turbo stopped pushing into Yudi's main base. I mean, it is a small choke point. Yudi rushed the PD in some factories.
There's no radar down here for Yudi either, so...
This main push of Turbo for Yudi ACU, it is extremely uncommon on Bermuda to have ACUs fight against each other. But Turbo has 10 factories worth of spam coming into Yudi, and Yudi only has 3 factories there. So
I feel like Turbo could just have walked him down if he'd been watching that. No?
I think he still can if he realizes. He has like minutes of time to do that. Yudi needs air support to deal with it. Like, Yudi needs to rush a single gunship and then lots of inties to deal with it. Even though he might not have air, I think he needs to risk it. There's this nice arty drop of turbo. It might kill some of these Tech 2 Nexus in the back for Yudi as well.
Yeah, that's really nice. Will the engineer see? No. Reclaim? Oh,
there is already a
brutal.
Tech 2 gunship out from Yudi, actually. Yep.
Brutal
3
drop.
volleys and they should all be dead.
That's brutal.
So Turbo is getting range on his ASU. He's also queuing AA next to him because he's probably he has seen the gunships and the Tech 2 air. Although he himself has lots of air production too.
Yudi is dropping tanks to protect his own ACU.
Yeah, this looks honestly extremely bad. This all happens because of that mass stall. That one PD from Turbo denied the scaling of factories on that location for Yudi for so long. Otherwise, he would have easily set up shop there and got another reclaim as well. That also lost him the left-hand fights by like he lost all the build power, all the factories weren't producing. Because for a second when I went into his POV, he had like 40 mass income and he was stalling minus 70 per second, which means his tanks produce 3 times slowly. His factories.
Well, here comes the gunships for Yudi. It's he's got issues at the Navy front door.
Well, like he can't really afford to deal with that, to be honest, with Navy. Like he's already losing both land and air eyes. He's gonna try all in on his ACU snipe on Turbo, 100%. And if this doesn't work, he quits.
Well, there's already a lot of anti-air. There's a lot of inties for Turbo as well. They're going to focus the gunships.
You're just mad as shit! Oh, Yudi.
Oh no!
Oh.
I disconnected.
I feel like he's not very happy with how this game turns out.
What does your game experience and intuition tell you why that might be the case? Damn.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh.
It's always so nice when you know you can be mega salty yourself about something, but if you see someone else being salty, somehow that stimulates your brain. You're like, yes,
it wasn't me.
I want to see that. Yudi first pick Siren, second pick UEF.
Okay.
And he banned UEF. Turbo first pick Aeon, second pick Sterra, and he banned Aeon.
How come if Yudi banned UEF? How come Turbo is you? Oh, he's changed. All right, I shouldn't have. Okay.
So.
All right.
So they both get their first pick, and they both banned. Actually, no. Yudi's first pick is Siren. He banned UEF, and his second pick was UEF. So it's Yudi picks / vetoes are UEF and Siren. Turbo's picks / vetoes are Aeon and Serra. So they both disagree over what factions are the best here, let's say.
So, welcome back to the FAF Summer Invitational Tournament. This is the final match. We are in the third game between Yudi and Turbo. Turbo is currently 2-0 up in the series. He's going to be playing in the orange Aeon ACU up here. He is opening Land Factory first into an Air Factory. And Yudi, he's doing very much the same. He's going to be in his famous or usual pink Cybran color. He's going to be doing the same. We're playing on Loki, which is quite a small map. Probably going to be a very aggressive game.
I won't call Loki a small map. It's for a 10-kilometer map because of how spread the maxes are. It tends to have a decent chance of becoming a long game because unlike lots of maps nowadays, I really like the max spread on Loki where nowadays, like if you look at zoom a bit in the middle, nowadays if you have a FAF map, new map, like a max would be here, a max would be here, a max would be here. Like there would be maxes spread all over the map. And it just means that massive Tech 1 spam, the more spam you have, the more map control you grab, the more maxes you grab,
the more spam, you
can make.
Yeah.
And it's just a self-fulfilling cycle where you always make spam, but it's not the case on Loki, which is very nice. There's one thing I don't like about the map, and that's if you're new to it. There's a very specific thing that you see both of them do. They both attack move engineers to the same location.
Okay.
Top left and bottom right of their base.
Yeah.
Those trees are absolutely delicious. You see the engineers already have like 200 mass total and like 1.5k E reclaimed.
Wait, how? What?
Because
what? There's not even... I didn't know that. Okay, so I've clearly been playing this map wrong. Well, I see it very much, but I had no idea these trees were like so mass rich.
They're the juiciest trees in the game, yep. Like,
oh, man.
and especially considering you start on just 4 maxes, you kickstart your early economy with those trees.
Okay.
There's 2 labs out from Turbo. They're flares, so they're the strongest labs. But Yudi has intel on them, and
he has a Mantis.
Mantis are the best tank to defend against labs, that's for sure. Simply because of their speed, and it's very hard to dodge all the Mantis shots as well.
Damn. Right.
So
yeah, Mantis cleaning up those labs.
The thing is, right now you see Turbo trying to micro this flare, but okay, he almost killed that Mantis from Yudi. But the thing is, usually if you have a lab, you see a tank, you run away from it. It's a Mantis, you don't run away from it. You can't dodge and gain grounds because the Mantis is too fast. So you kind of are committed to trying and killing it. That's usually the issue with Mantis. So there's a bomber out from Turbo going to the left. It's the most obvious bomber location. Because once the trees are gone, you get the Nexus and the Hydro. You see these early engineers from Yudi. He has 500 mass reclaimed.
Yeah.
And 4,000 E.
And
so
he just scouted them with the bomber, so I assume that's where he's going.
He's gonna lose 2 engineers at once. There's a Guards Fire from Turbo.
That was a...
Oh, no.
That was a brilliant ground fire. He predicted that so long ahead as well.
Yeah, if that was a UEF or a Siren Bomber, he only would have gotten the one, but he's Aeon, so... Nice dodging for the second engineer from Yudi. More importantly, okay, there's the first Inti from Yudi. But there's already 2 Intis out from Turbo. Yudi does raid a engineer from Turbo. That was gonna expand on the right side. The thing is... No, is Yudi gonna be able to kill the bomber? It's gonna be close. Yes, he will. No, because okay. That would have.
That would have been a rage quit.
No, not quite. But it wouldn't have been good for his mental health.
Damn. The psychological warfare, dude.
Oh my god.
I would secretly quite like a. Did Yudi not see that he killed it? Yeah, he didn't see that he killed it. Okay. I would secretly quite like a comeback from Yudi here.
2400! Oh no!
No!
Can't even keep track.
Oh, look at the bomber!
Oh no, the bomber to his base!
Oh, what a good bomb! Yudi, let's go! Nice NGs!
Nice. This is turning out to be really
what a
nice
good
game
salty
so
game.
By the way, he's gonna kill 2 more, and he also killed the 2 engineers making the Hydra on the bottom right of Turbo's base.
Yeah, he picked that up on the way in.
Plus the Mantis south of Turbo's base actually raided the engineer expanding to the 3 maxes, and it's kind of hiding away. So the start has been amazing for Yudi. No, not amazing, but just positive. Like the thing is that Yudi's Inti almost didn't kill the bomber because it actually went off map. So you can't kill enemy units when they go off map. For some reason you can damage them, or sometimes you can. It's pretty glitchy. Or they just lose track. And if Yudi's Inti would have overshot the bomber because it flies faster, then he would have lost his own Inti to Turbo's air, and as a result, the bomber would have stayed alive. So there was actually a decent chance of that happening, but he got away with it. But he thought he didn't kill the bomber, so that really made him salty for a bit.
Turbo picks up a fairly decisive air win, kind of a scrappy engagement for both players. Yudi is going to come back in with 2 more. He gets behind Turbo.
Yudi is 4 versus 2 now, but it is very important. Turbo took the time to make a transport and he dropped the bottom right, so he will get those 4 maxes earlier. It's also quite important to note it is Siren against Aeon, so the extra range on the Auroras are least impactful versus Mantis. Simply because of Mantis being able to catch up faster.
They're speedier. They're fast as fuck, boy!
Boy!
Okay, another drop from Turbo. He's going back to finish his Hydro by the looks of things, which is a pretty sensible choice, given his current E is quite close
Turbo
to
made
the
2
line.
transports. That may have been a mistake, but he is using both of them. He's also dropping the top left now.
He's getting value out of them, so I guess it's okay. Is this one of those maps where the civilians aren't reclaimable as well? Is that the thing? There's no mass in the civilians here.
Yeah, there's none.
And Yudi is, I think he's going for a revenge move here. If you look at the units leaving his base, heading north,
He's making gestures.
It's going to be a jester attack here. It's a potentially quite toxic move, but I kind of love it anyway.
No, it's not a toxic move. He read Slow saying, are jesters even used nowadays?
In the chat. He metagamed the chat. That's incredible. Okay, well, here it comes. Turbo doesn't see it. He's not going to see it until they're right on top of him.
The thing is, I think the Jester should maybe go for the PD first, so Yudi can keep chasing him without taking damage himself. Because if the PD is down and maybe
he's just gonna focus it.
It's just gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. There's no need. He's just gonna kill Turbo here. No.
No, you can't make jesters. They're not any good. Let's go back to full screen.
Turns out having 5 jesters here is quite a bit better than 10 tech bomb bombers.
Who would have known? There we go.
Yeah, Yudi, by the way, that's a distraction about the bomber. He did it at the exact same time. His bomber went for the group of engineers in Turbo. Otherwise, he might have dodged there. Turbo leaving without saying any good game or something. I mean, I wouldn't say it either if I were him after that.
Very nice. Let's go. Let me adjust the scores.
Nice 2-1.
Yeah, nice 2-1. Not going to be a
close
sweep.
Series.
Game on, basically. Okay, we're both in. Players are both in. Ready?
Different teams. Okay.
Kick. No, we launched with an observer. Oh my god.
Amazing.
Ah.
I mean, there's clear rules.
Please. Okay, well. We are in the best of 5. This is the final of the FAF Summer Invitational. We have Yudi in his customary pink ACU. He is playing UEF today. He is making a land factory. He's queued up for mexes, and he's probably, based on this, doing a Hydro Rush build. Very sensible. Over here we have Turbo 2. He's currently 1 game up in the series. He's making 2 land factories. Very similar build, but he's doing a P-Gen first before he makes his... he's doing 2 P-Gens and then 4 mexes. So he's not doing the Hydro, but he's rallying his engineers. Farms, would you explain what's going on with this build that Turbo has? I don't understand.
First of all, let me just point out, they both picked UEF first, Sarah second, and banned Aeon.
Okay. Is that because of how flat and wide the map is for the kiting tanks?
I don't know. I mean, because otherwise they would have picked Aeon themselves.
Right.
I mean, this is quite a Tech 2 focused map, I'd say. Well, Tech 1 into Tech 2. So no Sirens were picked or banned, which makes sense. Mantis aren't particularly strong on this map because it's there is quite a choke point in the middle of the map. This build from Turbo, it's it's quite common. It allows you to not waste time moving with your ACU basically.
Okay.
You can survive doing this because there's a lot of E reclaim on the cliff sub below. This map has, I don't know the exact numbers, but it might have like 1 million E reclaim.
Okay, so it's super high with the trees. Oh yeah.
Well, basically like south of Turbo, like if you zoom in all those trees here, like it's just insane how much mass, also mass and E. Like maybe there's like 80k mass in all those trees. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it's a lot.
Can you distance reclaim them with a factory attack to the edge? Can you get the trees?
Oh yeah, that's what Turbo is gonna do, and it's probably what Yudi is gonna do as well. I hope. The thing is, Turbo did already play this map yesterday against Nori, I believe.
Okay.
And he did win it.
So feeling confident then, I suppose. Oh, look at this 8 factory build around the mexes here.
Yeah, this map has sick adjacency. You can get quadruple adjacency with a factory in the middle.
Oh, you can put a factory in the middle as well. Yo.
Yeah, you can get quadruple adjacency and you can get 4 times double adjacency. It's insane. So I mean, Turbo doesn't go for the quadruple adjacency because a single factory having that, it's like nice, but it's not that critical. More importantly, right now he has very efficient building because he doesn't need to move his ACU and engineers, and that's more important than the quadruple adjacency.
First blood going to one of Yudi's tanks here.
Yes, so this map the start can be a bit slow, but its map control is insanely important, most of all because of all that reclaim. Like, it's very common eventually, like you see this engineer to the bottom left of Yudi's ACU.
Yep.
He is queued up a Lance factory in the middle of the trees.
Oh yeah,
and then
very
he's
smart.
Start
okay.
reclaiming there.
Meanwhile, Yudi has a bomber hiding in the forest here. Oh.
Yes. You can also hide the bombers all the way up on the cliff, although it's important to realize that...
Can you land on the cliff?
Yeah, you can. It's quite flat there, but it's so far high you can't accidentally fire from the cliff, because then the altitude of the cliff will fuck it up.
You'll need to put the target like 900 miles before the actual target, because of the height. Yeah, okay.
So the bomber gets sniped, didn't get any kills, but then now the Indies are having some dumb fight because they're right next to the cliff, so their altitude is really gonna be bad. That Indie is inside the cliff. The Indies are in the cliff. Okay, very cool.
I can't get into the cliff to show you. I've
never quite. They're slowly making their way up. I've never quite seen something as fucked on this map before.
I tried to declip.
I know it's a thing that can sometimes happen. I really hope Yudi was paying attention to that, so he can just be more about, dude, what is this game?
Yudi has been much quicker to take the mexes. If you look at his forward kind of expansions versus Turbo's, he's really got there so much quicker.
Turbo is in fact mass stalling quite badly. Well, Yudi is power stalling quite badly.
It's a battle of the stalls, which is a power stall is much worse than a mass stall, though, right? Normally.
It depends on the situation. It's really hard to say, to be honest. I can't give you a precise answer. But because of that, it means that Turbo is gonna be winning air because you're not gonna be able to build as much air. That's the thing, like if you're mainly building land, power stall isn't as bad as when you're mainly building air and you're power stalling. Yudi did rush out the transport, although he's only dropping 2 engineers, which is a very low amount, to be fair.
Yeah, he's going to be first off that platform. You can't get up the platform like here or something though, right? You can't.
No, it's impossible. So it's... the thing is, I don't actually know what's more efficient if you want to... Oh no, Yudi sent the transport too close to the edge. Look how high it's gonna go. It really raised in altitude there, so it's gonna take a long time to drop. Oh, it's already kind of dropping. Yeah, okay, it's gonna be fine. Imagine if that's the reason why it died. Anyway, what can be good here? This is very good fights for Turbo mid, by the way. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a really nice
like,
trade.
Instead of dropping the plateau, like there's some rocks, some maxes. Like imagine Yudi dropping his transports north of his base, just making factories and just reclaiming all the trees. That's worth more than the plateau.
Well, there's going to be a bit of a engineer battle here, but I think that's just going to go straight to Yudi. Oh, it's going to try and reclaim. Is Yudi going to notice?
It is.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's going to notice. And Turbo's other engineer's too late. Yeah, Yudi doesn't notice, and he will be able to finish the factory. There's some nice raiding tanks around Yudi's back though that are killing 2 maxes at least, and also the engineer that queues up the land factory.
I like these scouts on patrol. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah. Nice face you're drawing there. Yeah, Turbo did the same thing earlier, and killing those trees is quite nice. Although, even if the trees are broken, they still give a lot of mass. I checked it last game, because Turbo did the same thing. When these trees get broken, a single tree is worth 2 mass.
Okay.
And still like 10 energy or something. So if you drop like 6 engineers in attack move, that's like... Every dropped engineer that's reclaiming is like attack 1 max. That's how juicy those trees are. Yeah, Turbo is quite in danger. He has a PD to fall back on though. And I think because of that PD, it will be fine. This will be a decent mass donation in front of Yudi's factories though. Also, Yudi blocked his own ACU pathfinding by bumping a tank into it. Yudi's actually committing. Turbo doesn't have
Turbo, don't get
OC.
stuck on the wall. Don't get stuck on the wall, Turbo. What? No.
He can contragate the wall. Oh my god.
That was...
I mean, this wasn't as critical. He's a lot of reinforcements. Turbo is floating 1600 mass though, which is quite bad.
Yudi tried to reclaim it and then shoot it and then reclaim it and then shoot it. It hasn't worked at all. He's still eating fire.
Oh no!
No! No! The hero
there
PD,
we go.
dude.
Yudi has 4 more factories than Turbo has at the moment.
Ooh.
And he's just continuing to push.
We got pillars coming out for Turbo. Yudi, does he have tech to land? I don't see any.
No, it seems like Yudi is completely focused on monkey spamming his way to victory. He queued up 20 more Tech 1 factories. This is his preferred line of...
Oh yeah, but that's to the reclaim, right? He's trying to get the reclaim to fund it, I guess.
Yeah, if you see at the bottom as well, south of Yudi's SU, he has like a group of 9 engineers that are reclaiming a lot.
Oh, very nice.
And like if you can see the mass reclaimed on those engineers, like 150, 70, 250, 120,
if we look at
100.
reclaim,
like
it's actually dead even though. Turbo has actually reclaimed 5k. Yudi at 4.9k, so there's almost nothing in it.
The reason why Turbo is ahead is, if you look south of Turbo's main base, he reclaimed a lot of trees there. Well, Yudi didn't touch those at all. He didn't attack move the edge of the cliff there.
Sorry for drawing on the action that I thought Yudi was going to get collapsed onto, but he might be able to pull off a reversal here. He's got... Turbo has some pillars in the mix at the behind that he's kind of relying on.
It is a mess. Turbo, however, has air and is right-clicking Yudi's ASU with bombers, and they're doing quite some damage.
That's a lot of bombers, actually. He has 5 bombers. This could potentially be a draw?
Like, Yudi actually needs to start touching the bombers. He does have some AAs which are slowly killing the bombers, but it's not fast enough. And Yudi is actually in the red now, and there's multiple pillars from Turbo. Does Yudi not have a single inti? Not really. Yudi has a lot of reinforcements, but the pillars are just crushing it. Yudi is not even with 2 vet. I think a big issue is... Okay, Yudi finally got OC. He's very close to a vet now, 200 mass away.
Okay, his anti-air took care of the bombers.
I think a big issue was Yudi was focusing on Turbo's ACU, trying to kill him, while Turbo just focus on the units. Turbo has 1700 mass skills, while Yudi only has 800 mass skills with his ASU. And look at this amount, look at this reclaim field, it's 7000 mass.
So much money.
As Rocco would say.
Show
so,
me the money.
So yeah, like I think Yudi at this point, I mean, he doesn't have Tech 2, I'm not sure if he's... Okay, he's rushing it now, it's almost done. The thing is, he needs Nano. Like, Turbo has this big reclaim field, however, he doesn't have a factory, he just has his ACU there. So, short term, Turbo is not gonna get all the reclaim if Yudi just rushes Nano with a lot of power, and then go back in and try to contest the reclaim field. This is still completely fine for Yudi.
Yudi doesn't have any, he doesn't have any Tech 1 arties in his mix though, which I feel is kind of hurting him against this.
I think what he needs is to build a Sparky. He built one Tech 2 engineer, but he needs to build a Sparky and try to PD creep the reclaim field. He just got the vet, which is extremely crucial. Yeah. Because even after the vet, he's still in the red. That's how bad his HP was.
Yeah.
At the same time, Yudi dropped the top plateau and is capturing it now.
That's a nice pickup. Earlier.
And like he is still behind on pillars, but he has still more Tech 1 spam. That raid from Yudi at the top, if they find Turbo's engineers that are reclaiming there,
oh yeah.
Then that's Janus from Turbo, he went Tech 2 air.
I mean, he can risk right-click Yudi's comm if he gets a few of them. A gunship now.
I mean, it's not enough Janus to really accomplish that. But okay, he's now going for some stingers as well. Turbo that is. But I think, I mean, Yudi has his HQ there. He's making Mag Marines from his HQ. I'm not sure that is the right choice.
For a moment, it looked like Yudi had enough units to kind of shift G behind Turbo's ACU, but he didn't go for it. This raid,
look at it.
This is a great raid. He can do a whole bunch of stuff with that.
It could have been so much better. Yeah. Look at those engineers of Turbo on the left. That's so valuable. That's like 10 Tech 1 maxes worth of income for Turbo.
So
like it's insane how much reclaim. Like Yudi is on Turbo is on 10.5k reclaim. Yudi is on 40,000. Now Turbo is on 10.5k reclaim. Now Turbo has like 70 mass income per second just for reclaim.
So here comes the PD creep. It's the UEF way.
Yep, PD creep is extremely strong on this map because
especially with the reclaim field.
Impact it is. Yes. Although Turbo is stealing, well, Yudi is also stealing quite a bit, I think. Like one of the engineers that just got killed from Yudi got 1000 reclaim that he stole from the reclaim field. Turbo is gonna get gun though. Yudi is getting nano. He got gun before nano. A slight order issue, but I guess it's fine.
The Janus decide to go for the only area on the map that has anti-air there.
Yeah. The Janus decide to fly into the mountains as well. And now they pop out on top.
So gun nano, and it's going to be another gun nano. So can Yudi push before that nano completes for Yudi? He's almost got this PD in range of the ACU, which will be punishing if he can just target that on stuff.
Yeah, there's these pillars at the bottom from Turbo kind of out of position. That's like Yudi just has way more spam, I think. Like Turbo has very little. Like he went for the T2 air. He needs to do something with it. He has Stefan Janus. Yudi is investing everything in land, but you know, if he doesn't do anything with the air, then Turbo's just gonna be fucked. I think he needs to go for Yudi's army. Yudi keeps shift G-ing. Turbo needs to like spread attack with his Janus on the army right now. I don't like he has gun. He has quite some pillars.
He has a couple of
flanks. I think the main issue is he didn't make tech to PDs, which is so important. Like what is he doing with the Janus at the top? He can't afford to not use them.
Well, they're coming back towards the battle here.
Yeah,
is that going to be a click on the ACU?
It is. It's going to be a click on the ACU. But there's a shield from Yudi. Never mind,
for long.
Instantly dead. Yudi needs to dodge here.
Ooh.
He dodged into it.
Ouch. He took more than if he had not moved, I feel like. So that was painful.
It's very close. But Yudi has enough build power, he's gonna rush a static flag, and he does have the nano, so as long as it doesn't kill him, like, he has 60 regen. He just needs to send all his units in and to Turbo's OC'd the engineers building the flag. He knows what he's playing for, but Turbo's going all in. Turbo's going to go for the draw, I think.
Whoa.
I think he has to at this point. I'm not quite sure. No, he's gonna retreat.
Yudi taking
Yudi
so much damage from that Janus.
Yudi needs to right-click Turbo's SU. He's dead. He doesn't have enough AA.
Well, here's the right click. Who's gonna die first?
No, he's not right-clicking the SU. His units aren't shooting at Turbo. That's so important. He needs... Okay, there we go.
He actually gets a great dodge on the Janus fire there.
Look at the dodge!
Incredible dodge! Incredible dodge! Let's go! Oh, we get the boob explosion as well at the end. Incredible. That was an amazing dodge by Yudi of that of the Janus there.
Without it, I don't think it would have been a draw.
That was so close. Good game, actually. I like that one. That was a good game. Really close. Couple of dodges, like moving when you attack with the ACU makes all the difference. That was nice. They're on exactly the same mass, and like the map control is like fairly even as well, but it felt like Yudi had so much momentum behind him until the Janus came out.
Well, part of the momentum was because Yudi invested nothing in air. He had a single unassisted attack on Air Factory. I love how you added the 1500 units.
He asked for it!
Why not?
Okay, is that look okay to you?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god, I don't want to fuck the game after all this time.
There's 2 times unit cap 1500. How did you even do? Oh, there.
Is that okay?
Go.
Okay. Alright, apologies for that stupidity, everybody. I don't normally host FAF games, I just lazily join ones that other people create.
Someone joined this voice, by the way, and they instantly left, I think.
Wow. We must have smelled really bad and put them off.
It's because I ate some Thai food, so I just looked in the general direction.
Damn. Your rating basically put them off. You intimidated them. Okay, so welcome back to our what could be our last game today in the finals of the Summer Invitational. We've got Turbo 2. He's currently up 2-1 against Yudi. He's playing in the orange UEF com here. He's making this land start. Yudi in his customary pink UEF. Oh, bit of a move there as he starts queuing up some P-gens and his mexes. Last game on this map came down to a draw in which Yudi was spamming PD and Tech 2 pillars. He was actually on this side. And Turbo 2 went for a all-in with Janus, and they managed to draw with some excellent dodging from Yudi. We'll see how they adjust their play styles. Quite a lot of reclaim on this map. It's mostly in the trees, as we saw last time. These forests are extremely juicy with the reclaim. And now that we've started, I get to watch all the rage in the stream chat as I realize I'm not very good at hosting games.
I mean, it did take you 4 minutes.
I'm very sorry, everybody. I'm very sorry.
I don't mind. I'm just amazed.
I'm glad that you were here to help me. Otherwise, the game never would have started. So we got that going for us. Let's go into our game. Yudi's managing to get his Hydra up here, keeping his comm in the middle.
Did Yudi not rush his Hydra with the ASU the game before?
I think it was Turbo that did that. Because they were on the opposite sides. Turbo was over here on the right.
Turbo never moved his ASU. He always stayed there. But, so maybe Yudi adjusted his BO. Maybe he quickly watched the replay of Turbo.
And saw that he kept his ACU static. Yeah.
If he did that, no, I don't think he did, because he is still manually reclaiming the 10 and 50 mass rocks out of his base, which you normally never do, because usually you just attack move like 2 engineers there, and they will automatically get those rocks anyway. So there's no reason to manually reclaim them, because that's inefficient movement-wise. Okay, so there's...
Yudi goes out with an engineer. Turbo's moving out with a with a Snoop, and he's going to crush the trees. What an absolute monster. That is basically a war crime, or at least it's a crime against nature. That's what he's planning. Is Yudi doing the same? It doesn't look like it, so no attempt to crush the trees by Yudi.
Yeah, the fast scout again. I mean, the scout isn't only good to crush the trees, it's also
pick up the transport
really
if there's going to be a transport south. And
yeah, it's also great intel. It's really hard to deal with it. And Yudi doesn't seem to be doing the same. Turbo is already getting quite like is one engineer to the top left of his ACU. Look how much trees there still are. The engineer already reclaimed 2,000 worth of trees.
Oh my
goodness.
It's
insane how juicy those trees are. It's absolutely nuts. That is the one bad thing that I don't really like about a situation like this, where if you don't know about some very map specific trick like this, it can cost you quite dearly. Although, funnily enough, Turbo is massively mass stalling again, and Yudi has a better eco balance, even though he didn't go for that edge reclaim. Because Yudi is once again faster to get the to go to the Fort Maxes.
Yeah.
Than Turbo is.
True.
Turbo is still stalling. Plus 13, minus 36 mass. No, Turbo.
And that's with this engineer with 500 mass, 450, nearly 500 mass. He's going to get out of this engineer here as well. He's still stalling, but he's spamming up those factories. Is there a factory advantage for Turbo because of that? It looks like there is.
Turbo is gonna be on 7 factories. Yudi only has 5, but that is the main reason why Turbo was stalling to begin with. It's because he overbuilt factories. He just now stopped stalling mass, so he's kinda on edge. But he's still overflowing a lot of power. So it's a nice tank rate from Yudi, becomes barely too late to the left of Turbo's ACU. It kills the reclaiming engineer right after it reclaimed 100 plus mass rock. Without that mass, Turbo would be stalling again. But there's a big flank on the bottom from Yudi, and he's gonna deny that entire expansion.
Yeah, that's savage. He's gonna pick up the engineer as well if he can get down there. No. The Snoop has the right idea, but the tanks were not paying attention. That's a great raid,
yeah,
I think.
But it's even if he doesn't kill the engineers, it's still amazing.
Yeah.
Like how long he can deny that for, because the mexes aren't built. Like if you kill the engineer after the mexes are built, then you still get a max income. So, like Turbo will raid the same engineer for Yudi. There's no way that survives to 2 tanks unless Turbo doesn't shoot at it. No, it survives. Oh, there's another tank. But okay. A last shot got the engineer from Yudi. But Yudi got 3 of the maxes built, so he got the 6 mass income, which is decent.
The transport's stuck on the cliff.
No, look how high up go to camera mode. It's like a kilometer high up in the air. Did the engineers get sniped out of the transport?
All the engineers got killed.
What the fuck? I mean, that is the main issue of this game. He's gonna complain again.
Oh my god.
Honestly, this was worse for Turbo than Yudi because simply because like that transport should have just died, but
it didn't.
But it didn't. Yudi can just send new engineers.
I think it's because they were shooting it from underneath, and so therefore they immediately hit the. They hit.
Yeah,
the
because
engineers.
It was so high up in the air.
It's basically that's what happened.
That must have been it, and so they body blocked it. Oh my god.
Second transport for Yudi, so he's going to go for another drop south.
The first time didn't work.
Exactly. The second one will surely work. He's looking quite aggressive with his ACU here, Yudi. He's planted himself in the middle of the map.
Yeah, that gives me a bit of a deja vu moment to the last game.
Yeah.
It is really important that Turbo did drop the entire top side already. Yudi is dropping there now as well, with tanks actually, with a very low HP transport. And it's at the exact moment when Turbo is moving his air away.
Yeah.
Although the drop location for the transport is very awkward. Okay, he adjusted it. So it will be able to land. The PD is almost out, but if Yudi responds, he's in range of both engineers automatically. So that's a good denial.
Nice, yeah, that's really good for him.
At the same, Yudi tried to drop on that small plateau to the right as well, but that's such a small plateau that it's insanely hard to properly drop
it's
there.
Getting stuck.
And yeah, it doesn't want to drop there, and I can already hear Yudi rage about it.
Yeah, understandable.
Like, small plateaus like that are very bad for gameplay in general because of how transports work. Yudi tried to drop it 3 times, now it's gonna drop on the other side! Oh,
His
no.
drop command is kind of like really weirdly off center, like it was like in the cliff down here.
Well, the thing is, you don't want to focus all your attention on trying to have that one drop succeed, right? I think the issue is because Turbo placed a factory in the middle where the transport usually wants to land, the transport recognizes it, and it's like, I can land there, I have to land on the other side. Yeah, usually just gives up on dropping there. So what is important is that, well, there seems to be a lot more spam from Turbo, and he's kind of overwhelmed. Like below south of Yudi says, there's a huge fight gonna happen, and Turbo is 1.5 times more units. Although he kind of runs away from the fight. I guess he didn't realize it.
Well, he had almost no scouting information at all. He's got a radar,
Yudi,
but...
For the future, Yudi has way better reclaim setup. Like, south of Yudi's ACU on the other side of the cliff, there's a factory that's gonna get a lot of reclaim. And he got the exact same thing at the top, guarded by PD. And Turbo doesn't really have that. I mean, from the air factory on the plateau, he's reclaiming. He's edge reclaiming with his engineers.
Yeah.
But aside from that, at the bottom left where you usually see him reclaim, didn't exactly.
Yeah, this is the coolest reclaim. This is the reclaim hotel up here. That's very nice. I like that. The Tower of Reclaim.
So, one different thing that's Turbo changed this game is he is making more factories at the front. Like to the left of his ACU, he set 3 factories there, which you would think is common, but he actually didn't do that in the last 2 Darkfall games. Oh no, that's very sad.
What is this?
Oh no.
No.
Oh, my paint is bugged.
No,
I can't
no.
paint properly.
Not what he wants to be using his Tech 2 engineer for.
That's 18 mass per second.
Damn.
He's not stalling.
Wow.
This is already okay. He realized. There we go.
All right.
Thank God he realized.
Yeah, not the end of the world. Not the end of the world.
It is annoying, but at the very least he noticed. So right now I feel like Yudi is ahead on mass income. He should be getting ahead on on reclaim. Turbo is Tech 2 lands and is about to finish his Tech 2 pigeon. Yudi is 10 seconds later, so they're basically even in time. So it's a lot more close of a game than the last one, and a lot less aggressive in general. Remember that Yudi went for very aggressive Tech 1 spam, also with aggressive ACU movement.
Interesting that Turbo immediately went for a TMD when he started, as soon as he finished up Tech 2 power.
I don't like this Yudi attack though. It's right in Turbo's face. Turbo is gonna get a lot of this reclaim. TMD is, well, it's just standard safety. You can't afford to get TML'd or something. TMD isn't that expensive. It's, how much is it? Come on, finish so I can select it.
Like 180?
280 mass, and you just deny any like critical TMLs. It's just a standard to your first Tech 2 pigeon and HQ. Just build the TMD after you finish those.
Yudi can potentially punch through at the bottom though. There's a PD, but he has those Tech 2 pillars in the mix, and Turbo 2 has a couple of pillars, but they're not at the front.
Yeah, Turbo has 6 pillars, while Yudi is on 13 at the moment. Oof. Yudi has 2 support factories, a turret going up, a support going up, so he will be on 5 Tech 2 factories. Well, Turbo will also be on 5. Turbo will be on 6, but he is later in the initial transition.
Well,
Turbo has Nano and Gun, while Yudi only has Guns, which is gonna go very well for Turbo, but I mean, this big attack from Yudi, that PD from Turbo is gonna get so much value.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that engineer from Yudi making the PD, that's absolutely crucial. If he can secure that, like,
If he can not lose that engineer, that's so good for him.
Tech 2 PDs are so strong on this map. Like, even if he does an inefficient fight, if you can get the reclaim, it's just
Don't
works.
lose the engineer!
It's not a Sparky. This is the one time when why didn't he make a Spark? The Sparkies are sick
Make
on
the
this map.
Sparkies! So,
If I look at the reclaim, Turbo is at 11k, Yudi is at 12k, so it's quite close, to be honest.
so both players have overcharge. No money shots yet, though. Plenty of opportunity.
No, not really.
There's a pillar there for
that was a
Turbo.
decent one. But now Yudi's PD is gonna... Like, that single PD almost covers the entire choke point. I mean, the range of Tech 2 PDs
savage,
is quite
yeah.
sick. There is a Sparky out from Turbo, but... I mean, he has to fall back a bit and make a PD. I don't quite like this flank of Yudi at the bottom, mainly because...
It's a lot of reclaim.
It makes more sense... Yeah, but it makes more sense to push it actually to the left where his Tech 2 PDs are. Because that's what he's securing, right? At the bottom, he's a lot further away, so... And there's a factory there from Turbo that's gonna instantly reclaim, so I don't like that anywhere near as much. There's some MMLs being made by Turbo, but
yeah.
They are not shooting for some reason. Oh, there we go. They were actually shooting at the engineer from Yudi,
are they on the engineer
but the shield
preset?
blocked it. the shield blocked it. The mobile shield that saved the engineer.
It's a Sparky PD war by the looks of things.
Well, Yudi only has a single Tech 2 engineer, so... Although, I think... Yeah, with the MMLs, yeah, Yudi loses that the PD. The thing is, one Tech 2 engineer doesn't have that much build power. That is a big flank, but if Yudi doesn't push with his HU at the same time, it should be a mass detonation. Maybe he forgot about it, it was a shift G. No, he's continuing to go. That, I completely don't like that movement. I want to point out that on the back of this, Yudi is on 7 Tech 2 maxes, while Turbo is on 3.
Oh, the mass income is very, very different then.
Yep, that's
40%
quite
advantage?
crucial.
Something like that right now?
But I feel like Turbo... Yeah, Turbo is already 2k reclaim ahead because of that mass detonation at the bottom. And now with that mass detonation around it, HU...
Well, Turbo's crushing
He
with
should
this
get-
PD firebase as well, but...
It is, but he's just defending with it, he's not really gaining ground with it. Honestly, oh yeah, I was about to say, maybe this is time for a Tech 3 transition. Imagine just making one Tech 3 engineer, making a Ravager in the middle.
Oh, that'd be so good. Let's go, Ravagers.
Oh.
That's unironically my strategy on almost every map.
The thing is, he's already quite far behind in eco, so Yudi can just do the same thing, but better. I think Turbo should reclaim some of those Tech 2 PDs he made. He made 7, he's queuing up 8 and 9. The thing is, you can creep with them, but you have to reclaim the ones at the back, otherwise it's too expensive. But this 4-max
He's going to do a
expansion
lot of
made it.
damage to Yudi's army in retreat here with this PD. He's killing a lot of units with them.
That's true.
He's kind of standing around in the fire here. He doesn't have nano on his comm. He's going to take a fair bit of damage if he's not careful.
Yeah, he is on 3 vets though, so he has stam regen. But he can't go in there, Yudi. You cannot. Right, like those PDs, like the Sparkers are getting insane. Like PDs are getting insane value here. The issue is the only thing I don't like is that he didn't make a single static shield. which is extremely crucial in these PD wars. Like 2 PDs in the shield is generally better than 5 PDs, simply because you just don't lose PDs. Also, you can hide your units under the shield if you can't get OC'd because the static shield, you know. There's a big Aaron actually. Yudi goes in with his air, but he just loses it, which is very surprising. He just lost all his air for kind of no reason.
I think Yudi's just trying to. He wants to not fight the PD. He wants to try and go around the PD, but the choke is kind of narrow. It's really difficult to not fight the PD in this kind of a setup, and he's...
I mean, at this point he can send his entire army down below and around, which is roughly 50 pillars, and Turbo has 25 pillars defending. The thing is, it takes quite some time to go around, and by the time like Turbo can just defend his main base. Aside from his main base and his PD base, like, what does he really need to defend, right?
Yeah, I think Turbo's just going to continue to try and wall off with PDs here. Yudi's going to find himself cut off, perhaps.
There is a counter-attack by Turbo,
Yeah,
although it is going to get caught by Yudi's spam.
It's not going to have enough momentum after that.
I don't like this move from Turbo south of his SU. He's losing a lot of... That's a miss.
Oh, that's terrible.
Miss
yeah, he's fighting the ACU as well, unnecessarily.
Like Yudi is getting more value with his ACU. Like Yudi has double the mass skills, while Turbo has the nano, and Yudi doesn't. Turbo is just too scared with his ACU, to be honest. Like, he isn't in a good position. If you're not in a good position, you have to take more risks. And Yudi is taking more risks now than Turbo is. I really think... Okay, there's the static shield from Turbo. He's stream sniping. It must be true.
Yudi didn't commit to that all in. I feel like if he had taken everything and gone into the back of the base, he could be literally crunching on the T2 mexes with his ACU right now, but...
I'm not sure. I respect that he didn't do it. Basically, he respected Turbo enough to not commit. Because, I mean, the tech tree is done and the Percy is out. Like, sure, he could have killed a lot, but it would have been a massive mass donation. And, I mean, if we look at the total mass reclaims, Yudi is on 23,000, Turbo is on 31,000. Turbo is 8k reclaim ahead, and that's making up for the fact that he's on less income than Yudi has been. There's a Tech 1 striker north of Yudi's base with 600 mass kills.
Hold on,
and it's going for a Tech 2 max. Who unleashed this man?
What a monster. Oh, 5 vet striker, let's go.
Yudi also kind of I mean, I know partially why he did it. Yudi made 27 mobile missile launchers.
Wow. That's a big investment into MMLs. He's still making them.
I mean, technically speaking, it's less mass than there are PDs from Turbo.
Yeah, but there's about to be a Clink
the PDs,
hammer, so...
Well, that's a waste. That's actually bad. I don't like that. He just needs to team D up against the MMLs, buy some time, and get some Percies up. But the PDs from Turbo already got a lot of value. That's the thing. And even if he loses them, if he just gets the reclaim, then it's fine.
There was an excellent money shot overcharge right there.
I really wish Turbo would use his ACU more. He's still very scared, but he's in front of a giant firebase. Yudi can't shift G his ACU, even though he has a massive army, because the AoE from the Tech 2 PDs will just do too much. No, he's gonna lose his first Percy! Oh, he saved it with the shield barely in time. Okay, like you see, Yudi is lost a lot of HP there. Like, he has to be careful here. He doesn't have nano. Yudi has to stop this push, I think.
Well, there's 2 Percies. They're going to be attacking his ACU here.
Yeah, Yudi needs to.
He's in real trouble if he pushes this.
Like, path finding for his ACU is really bad. This is one of. Like, Yudi is going Tech 3 right now. Yudi is still on quite a bit more mass income. I think there's a TML as well from Turbo. I'm not sure what it's going to shoot at. Probably just Tech 2 maxes from Yudi at the front.
Yeah.
A nice shift G from Yudi. Like, honestly, like at this point, Yudi has 100 mass income. Where's the Where's the shield upgrade? He can afford it. He has 3 Tech 2 P-gens with E-Storages around.
He must know that Turbo has that. Oh, look at that overcharge. That was like 6 mmls. Oh my god.
Oh, that clean camera is dead as fuck. Oh no, it somehow survived with the shield block. Okay, Yudi did get another vet, so he's on a lot more HP. This is such a scramble. I think Turbo is overextending. He might be. Well, there's some Percy. It's so hard to see. There's so many pillars from Yudi though.
The TML is just chewing through the base here.
It really depends. Yudi has to mainly OC the Percy. He has E.
That's a Percy down.
He can kill the next Percy.
But he's out of range.
No
he's out
there.
of range.
The issue is Yudi isn't. Yudi is also needs to PD up this reclaim field. That's like he never made new Sparkies. If he had like on the right where all his MMLs are, if he made like some shields and then some PDs, then he is also contesting it. Like he didn't necessarily win it, but he didn't lose it either, because this is such an important reclaim field now. Like, and Turbo still has 6 Sparkies making PDs. It's just so strong, and Yudi isn't doing any of it. This TML is 5,000 mass kills. Look at it's going to the bottom right. It's killing.
Oh my god.
It killed Tech 2 Maxes and Yudi's core base.
Yeah,
as well.
it killed all 4 of them.
4 of
yeah.
them.
He actually could have gotten the T3 HQ because the TMD was not up before the 4 missiles landed, so could have even been worse.
That would have been too greedy.
I feel like Yudi should get shield.
There's 5 artists killing Yudi's P-Gen. He has to reclaim. It's 100 HP. Oh,
the E storages.
That was
the E storage.
That was closest. That would have chain reacted all his E. That reclaim saved him. He would have probably just lost the game on the spot. Yudi is on 1900 E income. That would have put him. Nah, he was on 2400. Would have put him down to below a 1k. Yudi is now finally lower than Turbo on income, simply because
of the
Nexus
TML. Yeah.
Turbo is on 6 Tech 2 Maxes compared to Yudi has actually more still, but Turbo has way more Tech 1 Maxes. All the Maxes at the bottom from Yudi got also TML'd or killed in some way. Also, Turbo has more of the plateaus all around the map that got killed from Yudi.
The reclaim is just brutal. 50 to 50k to 37.
That's really
And he
bad,
has the whole reclaim field here. This is like another 6-7k right here that Yudi can't contest. He doesn't have any Tech 2 PD.
Yudi's might be dead. It's gonna be close. He does kill a Percy. Okay, the shield barely comes in time. This is a good fight for Yudi. He risks this if he lives, because he kills 4 Percys and he loses 1 Percy, which is a really good fight. But he needs either nano or shield on his ACU. The RT from Turbo is actually focusing down on Yudi. The thing is, Yudi has a Tech 2 support factory at the front, spamming mobile shields. He just needs to make Sparkies. He needs to set up his own fortifications. Like, he is not in the winning position anymore, but it's not like he doesn't have a chance, but he just needs to do the same thing Turbo did when Turbo was in a losing position, and that is draw lines of shields and PD.
When chat hears you saying that he needs to build his own PD and they need to have a PD war, they're not gonna like it. I can tell you that for sure. But
well, I don't know what to say. This is a massive choke point, this map. Like, the longer this fight goes on, the stronger the PDs will be, the bigger the impact they will have.
Yeah, Turbo looks like he's gonna Tech 2 arty creep. That's kind of his plan, it looks like. Yudi starts shield.
No.
Very sensible.
Turbo was planning it up, but he's reclaiming the RTs. Okay, Yudi finally makes the shield. It is on a Tech 1 ACU, so it will take some time. Also, he doesn't have the E to rush it. Like, he's minus 2k E per second. Making
brutal, yeah.
Like, he is fine for now because of the E he had stored up, but...
He's almost finished his third Tech 2 P-Gen, so potentially...
Like, if he stalls and all his shields go down, then Like, he has 15 parachutes. That's minus 12 on the team per second.
Will we see the legendary spearhead? That's the question. Oh my god, the TML nearly killed Yudi. He was under 100. He was under 1k. He tried to TML snipe him. He has to cancel the shield. He lost all the engineers.
That's so bad.
Oh,
That's why he can't stall.
no.
I honestly think this is the beginning of the end. Like,
The
it
TML
keeps being
snipe.
grinds, but Turbo gets all the reclaim again. And there's 3 arties now. That will slowly just shoot Yudi back.
Starts another reclaim factory in front.
I'm very surprised neither player has tried at all to make a play in the air game.
No, a couple of gunships around the side could do pretty good work right now, I'd say.
Master of throw. I don't think he's quite happy with how this game turns out to be.
Well, at least he didn't get TML sniped out of the final rep match in the tournament, because that would be
That would have been
that would have
sad.
been pretty memeable. So it could always be a lot worse.
The Tech 2 Arges of Turbo are killing the Tech 2 Maxes.
Oh
Really.
no! The TML is loaded as well.
Not building his own Sparkies might have cost him there. It's so hard to actually find something that Yudi can do here.
Air switch.
This is one of the first times I've seen the trees on the bottom side of Darkfall be completely cleared. All the trees are gone. So, just as a heads up, Turbo is on almost 300,000 E reclaim and Yudi is on 326,000. So there's still trees on the top actually. So let's say there's 750k E reclaim on the map. 700 to 750k. Now we know.
Yudi's actually getting a pretty good engage with his Percy's here. He's killed 3 or 4 of them for free.
True.
He's about to pick up another one for free. The shields.
Oh, the shields.
Nice.
There we go.
I mean, that will work. That is a good way back. He loses one there.
Yeah, his shields all start at the same time. Yudi is getting an issue upgrade again. He is enough to survive another TML, but there's no TMD.
Oh my god.
There's a Tech 1 bomber killing the E-storage in Yudi's base. Well,
No!
that went again.
No!
That will set up a
No!
massive chain reaction. And that's how you shield it.
No!
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
It didn't get this one. But he's been retargeted back. He's gonna stall his shield upgrade forever.
He's kind of fine. It's just he can't really afford to.
No.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I mean, he didn't put his he didn't put his P-gens under the shield. He hasn't got the E for it. Yeah.
Like, he made an explosive grid, which is more efficient, but yeah, it's more vulnerable, so you kind of have to make a shield.
Yeah.
Look at this drop from Turbo on the top right, by the way.
Is that the Percy drop? Oh yeah. Oh
is.
no.
But it's gonna take an hour to land, because it came from over the mountains. Okay, Yudi's shield is finished, but...
I think it's gonna die to the Tech 1 anti-air if it's not...
It will! Look, it's so high up in the air!
Let's go!
That's so funny.
Okay, well, Yudi finishes shield. He actually has maybe more numbers here, actually, than...
Nope. There's 16 Percy's. Person stand from Yudi.
13, and Yudi has 9. Okay, yeah, that's not great for him.
These artists from Turbo, 7k mass skills, 2.5k, 2k.
Tech 2 RT, pretty good unit.
Excuse me, but these MMLs from Yudi have 1k mass skills, 500 mass skills, 400 mass skills, 800 mass skills. I thought they were bad.
He's still losing Tech 2 P-gens. Yudi just can't stay anywhere near this PD creep. All of his army just keeps getting PD'd to death by the Yudi. By the arties.
Yudi.
He's queuing up his own arty creep. There we go. He's gonna fight fire with fire, or fight cancer with cancer, I guess.
Yeah, but he's already behind 6 arties. I don't like. That's the issue. In times like this, there's so little you can do about it.
Does Yudi even have the Eid for? He does have Eid for overcharge, but
he does. This is the probably the final Yudi push. It's not gonna work. There's so many Percies, but he knows he has to try and do something to get this. But I mean, generally, this Firebase is what's one turbo the game. Yudi has been trying to break it for so long, but Firebases are just so strong.
He tried to go around it as well. It didn't.
Yeah, but he didn't fully commit. Even at that point, Yudi was still winning because Turbo, like, Tech 2 PDs aren't cheap. Turbo spent 7,000 mass into those PDs. It's just that, and Yudi was on more income. Should have been 10-0.
Oh, too garbage. Oh no.
I hope Turbo says easy now.
Oh, right in the face. Dang. GG easy is the It looks like the psychological warfare is getting to him. I don't think Turbo has to do anything. He's so far ahead. I think he can just you know, slowly creep his way out of the game here. I don't think he needs to push or make any. He can just enjoy the salt and.
Just settle down, relax in your gaming chair.
Yeah.
And just let it flow through you.
Exactly. He doesn't need to do any sudden things right now. If anything, maybe what you can do is pull back, try for some sort. Oh no, he lost the T2 power to a single Tech 1 RT again.
Wow! That is very fitting. There's a really nice clip of when me, Yudi, and Tagra were in voice together playing some team games, and Tagra kept complaining about something about his, like he made misplays and then he was complaining about it, and then Yudi said wow wow, and now Turbo is saying it to Yudi, which is really fitting.
Brutal. Well, Yudi disconnects, so that's going to be the end of the tournament for today. We did get to play the tournament out. Congratulations to Turbo with his incredibly frustrating but very hardy Tech 2 turtle base there in the middle. It proved just uncrackable today.
I cannot believe we didn't see a Ravager.
I feel like a Ravager might have even been the right answer for Yudi. But,
no, it would have been a right move for Turbo as well. Instead of one of these arties, one Ravager at the front there.
Yeah.
That was certainly an entertaining series to watch.
Once again, the mental aspect of FAF proves to be pivotal in the best of 5 format. It can be very tough to play the games like this, but
we should do the interview.
What with Yudi? I don't think he wants to talk, dude. I don't think he wants to talk.
If it's the right moment to do that.
No.
Maybe Turbo. Wait, let me ping Turbo.
This TML down here again. You know, 7k mass killed, 4k on here, 8k on this Tech 2 RT, 4k on this one. Yeah, just the arties and the missiles and the creep was just incredibly strong.
It was a pretty good game, this one.
Yeah, there
It's
was a
just
lot of
sad
backwards
that,
and forwards.
It's just sad that Yudi didn't quite find the right answer to that RT base. I mean, tech to RTs on a map like this, you can't exactly go around because
No.
there's no going
But
around.
he really needed
here.
to switch. Like, you can't stack a big block of army in front of the arties like that. He just lost so much.
Yeah.
He needed to try something radically different.
He was definitely winning pretty hard, and RTs are so expensive, and they weren't. And he was on more mass income as well, so it was definitely. Honestly, I think that one TML from Turbo may have carried him the game, because Yudi went from what being 100 mass income to like 60 something, to Turbo being 80 mass income and Yudi being the one on 60 something. Like that killed like 7 or 8 T2 max.
It was absolutely brutal, yeah.
Because someone asked at the beginning of the game, why does Turbo instantly build a TMD after his Tech 2P jet? This is why.
That's why.
This is why.
Right here, he's played this map before. He's played the map before, boys.
So yeah, it's a 3-1 for Turbo.
3-1 to Turbo. There we go.
I didn't quite expect the series to go like this,
nope.
but I did enjoy it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was quite entertaining. Thanks everybody for watching. We can grab Turbo in for a quick chat. I don't think Yudi's going to be quite so forthcoming with his post-game thoughts.
Hello?
Hello, Turbo. Congratulations.
I want to die.
Well, that makes you the second most brain damaged person after that series, I would say. Not the most. You can, if you want to see Farms' pasta streams, you can find him on Twitch. Please like and subscribe to his Twitch stream. He's in the Just Chatting channel. You can find him cooking in.
Shut up.